Have you found that your job structure is out of sync with your company's direction? Are you then finding delays and dissatisfaction with your recruiting and talent acquisition? Is it leading to compensation concerns and a lack of linked performance management and incentive programs? I define total rewards as those components within human resources that align a workforce's inspiration and motivation to do more, perform better, and grow with an organization's need to deliver results to its owners and shareholders. Are you ready to accelerate your total rewards into tomorrow? For years, I was told we needed to grow, but growth without direction, that's called drift. Velocity is different. It's movement with purpose and clarity. People, structure, and strategy pulling the same way at the same time. That's what I do now. That's Sutton Business Velocity. Most people think velocity just means going faster, but it doesn't. It means knowing where you're headed before you hit the gas. For over 25 years, I helped build the systems that power global organizations, from total rewards to job architecture and incentive design across continents and cultures and industries. I've seen great ideas move mountains and others get buried under paperwork. Too often, brilliance never left the binder. There's nothing like spending months on a framework just to see it printed, hole punched, and retired to the shelf of strategic someday. Projects don't fail because the teams lack talent. They fail because decisions never get made. Bureaucracy loves a good meeting. You know, the kind where nothing really happens except another meeting invite. Momentum then stalls and accountability fades. I've seen it. I've lived it. And it can absolutely be fixed. The cure usually starts with fewer slides and more sentences that end with a period. I left the corporate world to prove that velocity can beat bureaucracy. And today, through Sutton Business Velocity, I partner directly with leaders to turn complexity into clarity and clarity into results. Together, we design the systems leaders can actually use starting on day one, from job architecture to compensation to incentives and equity and health and wellness, the muscle behind real performance. Job architecture is where clarity begins, with function, family, and level frameworks, progression paths, and spans and layers that match how work really gets done. It creates transparency and confidence for both teams and managers. Compensation turns fairness into advantage, with market-aligned ranges, geographic differentials, and pay equity analytics that replace guesses with confidence. Done right, compensation stops being a cost conversation and becomes a talent strategy. Incentives and equity connect behavior to business results, from balanced scorecards to phantom stock and profits interest, so people share in the success they create without distorted focus. And wellness sustains performance with benefits, flexibility, and well-being because endurance matters and velocity dies without it. Models rarely fail. Ownership does. That's why Sutton Business Velocity builds accountability right into the process. I make sure every decision has a name and a plan. Clarity becomes contagious and progress turns into habit because if no one owns it, it owns you. And I've learned that accountability is what keeps companies alive. So to match enterprise reality, we've structured our engagements at 3 levels: strategy, strategy with analytics, and strategy with analytics and project management. From vision to modeling to full adoption. That's how we go from slideware to the shop floor in weeks, not quarters. When we decide and deliver with intent, momentum compounds, job levels align, title creep stops, ranges harmonize, and incentives stay grounded in reality. Ownership becomes visible, and progress feels less like a miracle and more like a method. That's velocity you can actually feel. And unlike most corporate initiatives, this may require a decoder ring that we'll build together. Behind the scenes, I work under straightforward statements of work with clear billing milestones. And if the matter requires specialized legal compliance, counsel will be engaged. It's built to move at the pace of business while satisfying the realities of procurement and audit. I share what I build, from insights and tools and stories from the field, all concepts and implemented work, but real, because transparency helps every leader move faster with confidence and control. No buzzwords, no theory, just velocity and practice. Think of me as one of the larger consulting firms without the overpromises, overpricing, and half-delivered results. If you're ready to accelerate without chaos, let's talk and stay connected. Follow my journey and reach out when you're ready to cut through the noise. Because once you see how clarity moves, you'll never settle for drift again. The work isn't about speed, it's about direction. And direction, that's where velocity lives. I would love to learn more about you and your business, so click here and set up an exploratory meeting. Or if you prefer, click here and I'll add you to my newsletter so we can stay in touch. I look forward to hearing from you. Sutton Business Velocity. We're accelerating your total rewards into tomorrow.